Hello everyone, Mobius1 here, bringing you a news update for SWGEmu. Those of you who frequent the forums are probably already well aware of the content in this video, and those of you who play on Basilisk probably already know a bit of what I'm going to talk about thanks to a couple of in-game emails the staff sent out. But I do know that there is a small population out there that do keep an eye on my channel for content updates and news reports that don't actually still play the game or really check the forums all that regularly, so this video is mainly for you. Before I start getting into the news itself, I need to make clear that while I try my best to provide accurate information, I am, of course, human, and I make mistakes. If you have evidence that anything I say in this video is false, don't hesitate to leave a comment or send me a message on Discord, and I'll include a correction in the video description down below. Also, as a reminder, while I do speak with SWGEmu project staff quite regularly, I myself am not a member of staff. That way, I can try to provide the most unbiased opinion on matters such as these when they happen. I know that a handful of staff members actually watch some of my content to kind of see what the community is saying about their work, so hello staff. With that out of the way, let's jump in. About 3 weeks ago, on July 12th, a pair of forum posts were published in the Project Updates section on the official forums. One by Lord Cater titled Clone Wars, and the other one by Lawlander titled Clone Wars The Exploit. Now, these posts are a little lengthy, so I'm not going to read them word for word, but I will include a link to each of them in the video description for those of you that want to check them out yourselves. Now, Lord Cater's post begins by explaining that as the project gets closer to the goal of 1.0, new tools are being developed to help prevent exploits and take care of cheaters. His newest implementation, which he calls the Eye of Sauron, which is a Lord of the Rings reference for those of you that didn't already know, allows the project staff to see a ridiculous amount of information that was previously not able to be seen, including all sorts of item and credit exchanges. Now, while he does give a few examples of what they can now track, we don't know everything that this tool allows them to see, and honestly, that's probably a good thing, since that makes it more difficult for cheaters to get around it. With the implementation of this tool, the team was able to discover and observe a literal ring of exploiters that were cloning or duping items on Basilisk. They would then sell these items to other players in-game for not only in-game credits, but in some cases, even real-world money, which is a direct violation of SWGEmu's terms of service. Now, instead of instantly banning these cheaters, staff observed them for several weeks, learning how they operated and collecting data on who was involved and how. Once they felt they'd seen enough, 45 accounts were banned all at once, effectively nuking the entire operation. Now, Lawlander actually goes into a bit more details on his post, which even includes a list of the 7 primary perpetrators' account and character names. I kind of find it interesting that this list was shared, seeing as how staff has always handled account disciplinary actions in private, but I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see a full list of who was involved and what exactly they were responsible for. Lawlander goes on to explain that there are over 60,000 duped items on Basilisk, and they're in the possession of nearly 2,000 different accounts, most of which are in possession of them unknowingly. Because of this, further investigation and internal discussion was required before taking any actions, except for one. Almost immediately, anti-decay kits, or ADKs, which were a hot item to dupe, were temporarily flagged as no-trade items. Personally, I think this is kind of really exciting. It shows that the team now has tools to make any item no trade and solidifies the possibility that one per account items like ADKs or resource deeds, once we get to 1.0, might be permanently no trade. So that leads us to where we are today. After much debate, the staff has flagged all duped items on Basilisk as no trade and decided that in just under 2 weeks from the time this video is uploaded, all duped items are to be deleted from the server, which has sparked quite a bit of controversy from some of the community. Since a lot of players unknowingly purchased duped items or even unknowingly crafted items with duped resources and components, to some, it seems rather harsh to have those items taken away. After all, they paid for that item with credits they worked for, so they earned it, right? However, at the end of the day, the item was created through an exploit, whether directly or indirectly. So, who's right? And to be honest, I'm really not sure on which side of the fence I fall. Now, what seems to be causing the biggest issue amongst players, however, is due to the complexity of how items and components function in SWG and how this Eye of Sauron tool scans and detects duped items. From what I understand, if player A creates a crate of items and then sells one item from that crate to player B, then player B exploits to create dupes of that item. Every other item from player A's crate has been flagged as a dupe since each item shares the same serial number, meaning potentially thousands of legitimate items could be deleted in an upcoming purge. Additionally, there seems to be some concern over what might happen to legitimate items that have a duped ADK applied to them, or legitimate ADKs that have been applied to a duped item. Now, according to the devs, at the time of the purge, the legitimate item should be left in your inventory, whether it's the ADK or a piece of gear. But if the item has been flagged as a dupe and you want to get the ADK back, they do recommend just deleting the item, because then you'll get the ADK back in your inventory anyway, and then you won't have to worry about it. Now, if you have a character that's in possession of a duped item, you should have received an in-game email on that tune informing you of what you have that has been flagged. This is important because all sorts of items that you wouldn't have expected to are turning up as dupes, including structures. This means that if your large Naboo house was crafted with duped components or duped resources, you're at risk of losing not only the house, but everything inside of it as well. So sign in, check your mail, yes on each tune. Now, like I said earlier, I honestly can't say whether deleting all of the duped items on the server is more harmful or beneficial. Personally, I can argue both sides. The idea to just wipe the server and start fresh has already been brought up and shot down by the devs. These tools need a sizable database to be properly tested, so while Basilisk's inflated economy might make for a less than desirable gameplay experience, in a way it's ensuring a more enjoyable 1.0 experience once we finally get there. Now, I do not want to turn this video into a debate over whether Basilisk should or should not be wiped, mainly because I think the devs aren't going to budge on their decision. I really just wanted to make this and get it out there as quickly as I could to give those of you not currently paying attention a chance to get in-game and secure any potential lost items. Now, to those of you who are upset because you might be losing stuff that you worked really hard to obtain, this probably isn't one you want to hear right now. But here's the most sound advice I can give you. It's just a game. Not only is it just a game, but we've known since Basilisk went online on June 11th of 2012 that it would one day be shut down and everything would be lost anyway. I obviously can't speak for anyone other than myself, but I'd like to think that most of us play because we enjoy playing. If you're only playing to amass a huge collection of digital items, then I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't be playing on Basilisk. Or any online game for that matter, since no matter what server you play on or what game you play, nothing online is permanent. Ever. Except for those embarrassing photos you uploaded to Facebook when you were younger. Those will be around for eternity. Anyway. Can't wait to read all the angry comments I get for that little paragraph. Yeah, but I hope this video was able to help at least a few of you get back in game and secure anything you might potentially lose. Don't forget to check the video description below for the links to the actual forum posts, as well as any corrections to any fake news I might have accidentally spewed. This isn't exactly the ideal SWGEmu video I wanted to make as like a return to SWG. I feel like a broken record saying this, but I do eventually plan on coming back to the game and making more content for this game. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for it. Pretty sure I've started losing subs over my lack of content for SWG, but hey, I just do this for fun. So if you guys want to, watch some of my stuff, thank you. If not, sorry. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. Mobius1 here, and I'll see you in the next one.